everyone, Shadowwraith back again, this time with a commentary on the Nightfall Ordeal Master Festering Core solo. I'll be running Top Tree Voidwalker Attunement of Chaos for the charge grenades, and then I have Dire Promise with Osmosis so that I can get void damage, Arsenic Bite Arc with Overload, and then Xenophage. And I'm not running Anarchy here because I know a lot of people don't have it. And then Artifact mods, running Taken Armaments on my helmet, Controverse holds for my exotic, Wrath of Rasputin and Overload nades with countercharge, Protective Light, and Oppressive Darkness. If you want more info on the build, I have a separate video and the link will be in the description. And this is a pretty long video, so I will talk through the parts that I think need commentary and I'll kind of let the rest play out on its own. But a couple thought processes going into here. There are all three shield types, so that's why I'm running a hand cannon with Osmosis. With a Void subclass, anytime I throw a grenade, my hand cannon will turn into a Void weapon. And then Arsenic Bite for Arc and Xenophage for Solar. And then the Taken Armaments really helps later on in the strike where you're fighting mainly Taken enemies. At the beginning, it's almost all Vex, so it doesn't help much there. And then you can see with Controverse holds, I threw my grenade and was able to get my grenade back really quickly. The way Controverse holds works is when you throw it, you'll get a grenade tick of damage, and that will give you between somewhere like 20 and 90% of your grenade back. And then right at the end of the grenade, if it's still hitting something, you'll get a second one. So if you get both of those ticks, you almost always get your grenade back instantly. In this second case, I only got one of those ticks, but because I have high discipline, I still almost have my grenade back. And then there, just finished recharging. In the second area, I like standing over here on the right because you can use this little shell thing for cover. And then for me, I have a hard time hitting Vex weak spots, so I like shooting their head, because if you shoot their head, then they don't crouch down, and the snipers won't regen, so the shot auto-corrected to hit under his head. But if you hit their head, they just won't crouch down. And then you can still get a crit on the second shot. And then here I'm charging an Overload grenade for this Overload Minotaur. Toss it in. And then now I have Oppressive Darkness. You can see all the yellow numbers. And then I just let the grenade finish him off. And the timing here is just about perfect, where if you pick up all of the Orbs of Light, you'll get your super back right before you have to kill this Hydra. So just take your time, kill the ads. Again, I hit their heads and then try to hit their crit spot. Alright, toss a Nova Bomb. I love the fact that the Hydra starts shooting at the Nova Bomb instead of you there, and then it just hits him anyway. And then pull out your hand cannon here and toss grenade to get this to be Void, because there's a Void Wizard. That's the first ad that you encounter through this portal, so I wanted to make sure I had my hand cannon set up for the shield. And take down that shield. And then I just use Xenophage to hop the wizard quickly. And then I have a heavy ammo drop there, so I can use a little bit of Xenophage. I actually got 2 of them. So I'm like, okay, I'll jump over it, use some extra Xeno to speed up some of the ad clearing. And look at this arrow. I don't know what the heck that thing hit, but whatever. Pick up Xeno ammo, back to full. And then now I want to bait these 2 major enemies, so I try to hit the Arc Shield. There's another Void Wizard, and I want to use my nade. Take out that one, and then try to get this guy into my grenade to get that second tick from Controverse hold, so you can see recharge my grenade to about 70%. And then once you step down, the Overload champion will spawn. Toss the nade, overloads, and then take him down with Xenophage. And you can see Sheltered by the Void pops up there. That's the Protective Light taking action because I was charged with light from overloading the champion. And then saves me, saves a lot of damage. I don't know if I would have died there even without it, but you'll see a couple times later on where I would have died if not for Protective Light. Toss a nade. Again, first tick regens me to like 40% grenade. And then the second tick right there, and I've got my grenade back. So Controverse holds, very good exotic. Pop the arc shields. Then I noticed with this sniper, if you hit his head, he'll fall off. And so that shot didn't work. So aim just above, and then he just kind of stumbles off the back and falls. Take out the Hydra. Take out the arc shields. And then you can approach this a couple different ways. Either you can jump across here to kill them. In my case, I'm trying to bait the champion over a little bit farther. So now he's finally seen me, and he starts to edge his way over. I toss a nade to overload him and get Oppressive Darkness. Again, Sheltered by the Void pops up. Shields me from the little ad shooting. And then the Cyclops is trying to bubble me right there, so I double jump. And if you're in the air moving, the bubble generally isn't able to keep you still long enough to hurt you. And here it's just ad clearing. And you can see my mouse got stuck on the little recording icon there, so my bow got stuck for a little bit. So there's the sniper, so you can take out his head and then they don't do the little crouch to regen thing. And then here, waiting for the overload to come in. Sometimes he'll stay farther back, in this case he charged. So overload, Oppressive Darkness nade into a Nova Bomb, insta-kill. If you don't get Oppressive Darkness, it does not immediately kill. The Nova Bomb does not immediately kill it. So keep an eye out for that. If you've just hit them with an overload bow, you may have to use a couple Xenophage shots. And you'll see some instances of that later. Just got my grenade back. Arc Shield Harpies are actually really good for throwing nades because they get the first tick. Then you can pop their shield right at the end, and you'll get the second tick for Controverse holds. Because their shield lets them survive through the grenade longer. So you can see I already have my grenade recharged. Here again, take out the head so he can't regen. Charge nade for the overload. Get the Oppressive Darkness. And then because I got the 2 ticks, I got my grenade back already. Again, I toss on the arc shields, then pop the arc shield right at the end. And there you go. Got my grenade back again. There, I waited to kill that last harpy, because once you kill the harpies, I've found that it's more likely that a overload champion will spawn back here again if you don't cap that plate very quickly. So I kill the last harpy and then immediately cap the plate and then kill the little floating cube things. I have a bunch of xenophage ammo up here, so I can use it to clear some of these ads without worrying about it. And you can see the Warmind cell there. I should have actually just shot that instead of using my bow here. Then I grab the second plate, and dropping down will set off the next wave of spawns. So I go behind this rock for cover, charge a nade, toss it at the overload. It only takes 5 shots with Oppressive Darkness, and then the nade will finish him off. And then now you just kill the rest of these little fanatic Vex. Run back to grab xenophage ammo. Nice thing about bows is they'll pop those cubes in one shot. And then there's actually a little Vex fanatic stuck in here. So I try to give him a high five, but he's not into it. He does come out a little bit later, you'll see. Alright, I take down these Cyclopses first in pretty much every situation. And then I have xenophage ammo on the ground back in that room. So I fire off a couple more shots just to clear some ads. Then I run back to pick up this last heavy brick. And then the fanatic actually warps out of the rock and starts shooting at me. I'm like, hey man, what the heck? Didn't want to say hello earlier, but... Alright, the rest of these guys, they actually do a lot of damage on Master, so I wouldn't charge them immediately. And then I'm running Taken armaments, so if you get a chance, try to use a grenade. This guy is shielding the solar guy. Alright, there are 2 overload champions here, one far and then a Vex one that's a little bit closer who occasionally charges. So I pull out a grenade to kill some of the void shields. And then just overload the champion. I'm not trying to immediately kill him. And then I end up getting charged by the Vex. So I overload, throw Nova Bomb, and then 2 shots with Xenophage is enough to take him out. Now I want to kill the higher overload. So I overload and then drop into Xeno. Unfortunately, that final shot missed him. So it didn't kill him, and then he just regens his entire health. So that was kind of a pain. I just reset, reload. This is going to take a whole nother clip of Xenophage. And there we go. That time he died. So now I only have 4 shots left. I'd definitely like to get some Taken armaments going. Toss a nade. There we go. Got 7 more ammo. And there's a brick on the ground. And again, arc shield here. So I'm like, well, might as well toss a nade. And I almost get zapped by that wall. And you can see I already have my grenade back again because of the arc harpies. Again, take out the Cyclops so he doesn't bubble me or nuke me with his shot. Then I go for a little bit more Taken armament ammo. All right, this Overload champion, you'll see Protective Light save me here. It takes a little longer than I wanted to kill this guy, so he starts shooting his tracking dart. So that set takes my shield completely out. Second set, with Sheltered by the Void, the Protective Light perk, barely hurts any of my health. I think it would have probably killed me if I hadn't had Protective Light running. Toss a nade on this guy. Damage him a little bit. Got my grenade back already. I need the ammo, so I have to nade him again. There we go. Back up to 11. Unfortunately, I didn't get a second hit with the nade, so I didn't get my grenade back. So here I'm trying to take my time, wait for my grenade to regen. Overload the champion. Charges me with light just in case I start getting hit and need protective light again. Charge up nade. Get some more xenophage ammo. Alright, so now I have enough xenophage ammo to kill this long range overload. Take him down. Was going to try to shoot that as it fell, but it made it too far. Alright, I missed the grenade throw here because he starts running. So that was a wasted grenade, unfortunately. And then now I see everything else spawning, so I drop back. And then I'm waiting for that Cyclops to spawn up top. But for some reason, it didn't actually spawn in yet. So now I'm using my melee to regen my grenade. And then using a grenade on that one little thrall just for the ammo. Okay, so I was about to shoot the fire shield guy, but I wasn't sure where this overload champion went, and I didn't want to get into a fight with the solar shielded guy with this still around. So I hit him and then use finisher to kill him. Pick up the rest of the ammo on the ground. Alright, now I have my grenade for this guy, and that little ball, that procs taken armaments as well, which is really nice. So I get the ammo from that, and then now I'm trying to find the solar shield. Hiding over there in the corner, and he drops heavy ammo. So I'm back up to almost full, and then now the Cyclops finally spawned, so I can take it down. And then here, I didn't realize there were still these void shields down here, so I get into a little bit of a sticky situation. And then I don't have my grenade, I don't have a void weapon. So I'm like, how am I going to deal with this void shield? And then I end up just deciding, forget it, it's not worth the time. And I'm about to kill this guy, and then again, sheltered by the void there. I'm like, you know what? It's not worth it. Not a champion, doesn't matter. I'll just leave him. From up here, when the ads spawn, I would recommend killing this invisible Taken Minotaur, because he again can charge you and does a lot of damage. And then I actually want to jump down here, take out the Cyclops long range, and then I'm hoping to kill both of these unstoppable champions at the same time with a Nova Bomb. So I toss an Oppressive Darkness grenade, and then I use an Unstoppable Hand Cannon. Because it's explosive, it kills them both, or stops them both with one shot, and then the Nova Bomb is able to finish them both off with the combination of being stopped and Oppressive Darkness. Kill the 2 cubes. And then a bunch of other ads spawn. So I kill the ogre because I've been pushed off the edge by it before. Toss a nade into the center. That blows up all the elite scions and gives me more ammo. I hide from that wall. And then take out the knight and get the Warmind cell from it. And then take down the other ogre. This next area is a little crazy if you don't have an overload grenade. So in this case, I just charge up the grenade, wait to see where the overload spawns, and then toss it into the middle of them. The grenade takes down all the ads and pretty much kills the boss, and then I'm able to just use Xenophage to kill the overload champion. Then I can cap the last plate. Kill the cubes. And move through the door. This next area, there are 2 unstoppable champions and a couple invisible minotaurs. So I try to take out the minotaurs quickly so that I don't get team shot. Drop a nade on the unstoppable. And then I don't kill him because I want that second tick for the exotic gauntlets to get me a little bit more grenade energy, and then I just use finisher to kill him after that. Again, here's a taken Minotaur who's invisible. Kill him. Reload Xeno to get ready for the second unstoppable. And then stop him in the grenade. Again, let it kind of sit there for the Controverse hold grenade regen. And now he's finishable. So go in, stop him just to make sure I don't die while running towards him, and use a finisher. And then for this mini-boss wizard, I try to make sure I save my Nova Bomb for it. Toss the Nova Bomb. And then I drop a rift here and pull out my hand cannon. Actually, I forget to pull out my hand cannon there so I don't get the void energy on the hand cannon. So I don't have anything to break the shield of this other wizard. So I have to wait down here. And unfortunately, it spawns one of these little taken thrall. And it comes in, I'm able to use my melee to kill it, which gives me my grenade back. Jump up, toss the nade. Now I've got a void hand cannon, but I don't even need it because the void grenade kills the wizard. And then I got my grenade back already. Once I kill these 2 cubes, a couple more taken thrall spawn, and I can use the grenade to get taken armaments just for a little bit of extra heavy ammo going into the boss fight. And there's a little Vex body floating. Alright, kill the final cube and we are to the boss. It's been 23 minutes, almost 24 minutes in. This is definitely not the quickest strike. I wouldn't recommend farming this one. It just takes a very long time, especially if you're going for the platinum rewards. Then now I've got a void hand cannon so I can take out the shields. There's also a taken knight here, so I'm trying to take out the knight with Xenophage. because he will kill you very quickly with that fire. Alright, next thing on my agenda is to kill the Overload champions. So I try to figure out where they are, and then try to get up over here and get them to huddle together. So they're together, charge up a nade, jump and toss, hits them both. And then that one actually got killed by the grenade, so I got taken armaments from him, and then I'm able to finish off the other one with the rest of the Xenophage mag. And I got my grenade back, so I can use that on these guys. I pull out my hand cannon just to make sure it changes to void now too. Again, I end up not needing it. Alright, I double check to see what else I have around ammo-wise, make sure I killed everything. Then take down the blight, and the boss spawns. And then my recording actually glitches up here for about 5 seconds. So you'll see a slight skip in the video. As I run back over here, it pauses right there. Unfortunately, I noticed pretty quickly and was able to restart the recording and only lost about 5 seconds of the run. And my main recommendation here is just take this fight slowly. He has different damage gates around every 6th of his health. The next wave of adds will spawn. So I just charge the grenade, toss it at him, hope he stands in it long enough for Controverse holds to proc twice and get me my grenade back. And then you can see the first damage gate just hit, so a bunch of taken acolytes spawn, and then there's one sniper back in the back next to him. Try to use the grenade. Get a little bit more Xenophage ammo from taking armaments. If you have the armor, you can also run something like taking repurposing or taking invigoration, things like that, where if you break a shield, it'll get your grenade back. That's actually really useful for a situation like this. I was trying to do this build with fewer mods since I know not everyone has them, but in this case, taking armaments is a huge bonus to have. Again, get a little bit more ammo, and then if I were trying to do this optimally, I would probably leave these adds and use Xenophage on the boss to get some quick damage in, and then save these to throw another grenade at to get more taken armaments. In this case, I was just trying to clear them out so that I could take my time and not have anything extra shooting at me. Now I'm waiting for my grenade to recharge. Toss it at the boss. The nice thing is, during this damage gate, he pretty much just stands up on that pedestal until he gets to right at the end. When he's just above 2/3 health, he starts moving around a little bit. But for the most part, he just stays there. And then if you get back far enough, you can actually shoot him without him shooting back. You would just have to jump up on the tier behind me and shoot him from there. But in my case, I'm fine just damaging him from here. And I want to make sure I don't use up all of my Xenophage ammo, because I'd like to have some in case I need it for the next wave of adds. And I really want to make sure I have my Nova Bomb for when the Cyclops spawns. Once he hits 2/3 health, the Cyclops will spawn on the wall, and I need my Nova Bomb to kill it instantly. Here I try to nade him, and he jumps right as I throw it. That was unfortunate. Pick up a little more heavy ammo so I can send a few more shots into him to get closer to the damage gate. You can see right about now he should be hitting it. Take one final Xenophage, and then a bow shot pushes him over the edge, and then he shields. And then the Cyclops spawns up on the wall here, so I jump in, toss a Nova Bomb, and then you'll see Sheltered by the Void come in clutch. I'm pretty sure I would have died there without it. Drop a Rift to regen. And then, fortunately, Taken and Vex spawn, so they fight amongst themselves quite a bit. So I have some time over here to relax a little bit. Charge up the nade. I don't like this angle, so I try to jump around. I'm trying to get an angle where I can kill both the Overload Minotaur and one of the Vex. Or not one of the Vex, one of the Taken, to try to get armaments. In this case, I wasn't able to hit a Taken person there. And then drop a nade there. Again, Sheltered by the Void. I think it saves me. That would have probably killed me without Sheltered by the Void. So, Protective Light. Highly recommend if you're trying to solo stuff. Alright, now I'm just trying to get away from the boss. I've got 8 shots. Not great. But I do have my grenade. And coming up here is actually a pretty nice spot. I drop a nade on him hoping that it's going to take him down. But unfortunately his shield is just too strong with match game. So I end up having to kill him with a Xeno shot. Now I'm trying to figure out where the boss ended up. He's taking cover. Good strategy. This is where it's easy to try to take things too quickly and end up dying by getting too aggressive or jumping into a bad scenario. Since he's just standing back there, I'm like, okay, fine, I'll throw a grenade at him. And as soon as I throw the grenade, he jumps out. Good tactics, I guess. Or good, I don't know, AI. So now I didn't get much grenade energy back. So I have to jump around for a little bit. And then I come back to this pillar so I can shoot him from the top in somewhat safety. The fire can still hit you here a little bit, so be careful where you stand when he's shooting. Like there, you can see it clipped me a little bit. So I'm just bouncing up and down. And I got my grenade back. Again, he's fairly stationary in this phase too, so I'm hoping he'll just stand in the grenade and let me keep getting it. And in this case, he does. Got the nade back already. Charge it up. Throw it again. That one was a tad bit short, but unfortunately it has a big enough area of effect that it hits him, and I still get both. But it only regens it to about 70-ish%. And then I'm waiting to use Xenophage until I can get the Oppressive Darkness going again too. And then now I'll use the Xenophage for the extra 30% damage. But again, I want to make sure I save some just in case I need it for a sticky situation once the ads spawn. The next wave is Unstoppables, and they just spawned now. So I'm charging my grenade to get Oppressive Darkness. And then I want to stop the champion in the grenade, and then I don't want to use all of the ammo, and the other Unstoppable starts charging me, so I make a tactical retreat. Toss another nade, and then he gets tethered by the little goblin, so I can't hit him. Fortunately, the grenade kills a goblin, so I do get some taken armaments off of it, get a little bit of ammo to work with. That guy's still tethered. So now I'm just trying to get him out of the tether. Jump up here to see if I can kill the little taken guy tethering him. And then I'd like a little more ammo, so I grenade these shield guys. Taking armaments, now I'm up to 15 ammo. And then finally I see the goblin. And am able to take him down. Toss the Oppressive Darkness grenade. And then that was just a really unfortunate shield positioning. I wasn't able to hit him with Xenophage. And then I'm a little bit pinned by the boss. So this bridge makes for good cover. I did get the grenade back, so now I have a little more room. Toss that, stop him, and then move around to the left so I can hit him without hitting the shield. Then blow up the Warmind cell immediately there. Stop the next one, and Oppressive Darkness was still affecting him, you could tell, because of the yellow numbers. See some heavy ammo, so I run out to pick it up. Blow up the Warmind cell. And now it's just, again, damage the boss, be patient. Save your Nova Bomb for when the Cyclops spawns, because another one will spawn at the 1/3 damage gate. Try to use some Xenophage while he has Oppressive Darkness. But again, I'm saving a couple shots to make sure I have it in case a champion charges me. Again, take your time. It's very easy to try to do too much damage and get popped by fire and then have your run end. Or at least have to go back and restart the boss fight. In this case, I was going for a flawless. Alright, so I saved 9 shots, which is about what I need for the final Taken Minotaur. Cyclops spawns. I toss a Nova Bomb and immediately run, just in case he decides to fire one of his, like, purple nukes at me. Drop a Rift, and the Taken Minotaur charges me, so I'm glad I saved this 9 ammo. Get him to finishing range with 1 shot left. That would have been very difficult if I hadn't saved the Xenophage ammo. Try to take out the rest of these Vex, and then I see a shielded Harpy, so I'm like, oh, perfect. I'll go ahead and toss a grenade on him. And then pop the Harpy shield and get that second click to recharge my grenade again. Finish off the last Harpy. And then there's one more damage gate after this where a couple Taken Minotaurs spawn, but for the most part, like, it's fairly free and clear after this. And I like the Minotaurs because now I can get a little bit more ammo from them. I'm hoping to damage that guy a little bit more so that I can hit him with a grenade more easily. But he's not cooperating, so I just jump back up to the top. Toss a nade, and then there was an invisible Minotaur in front of the boss, and I was able to get some armaments ammo from him. Didn't quite get my grenade back. I'm still waiting for that other Minotaur to pop out. And being ultra conservative, because I had some other runs that had inglorious ends for the flawless during the boss fight. Because I tried to rush in and was like, oh, you know, there's nothing out there, I'm fine. And then I ended up dying. The boss is really good at using cover in this particular run. He didn't really do this many other times, but he seems to have the rotation scheme down. And I dropped down because he just fired his purple ball of fire up at the top. I just try to do some damage, get my grenade back. Toss it. And then use Xenophage while I've got him with Oppressive Darkness again. No more ad spawn after this, so I figure I might as well just finish off the rest of the clip. And then here on out, it's just alternating grenades with hand cannon or bow shots. This is the power of Controverse holds, though. You can see how quickly I'm getting my grenade back. Makes the boss fight way easier to almost always have Oppressive Darkness and continuous damage going. Alright, final grenade goes down, and the boss finally burns out. So it took almost 40 minutes. Again, this is not a quick strike. I tried to do it more for the challenge. One of my clanmates posted a video of Esoterickk doing it with no Anarchy, and I was like, oh man, I really want to try that now. So hopefully this was helpful and somewhat enjoyable to watch, and best of luck if you try to do it. Thanks for watching.